Netflix may have accidentally spoiled who survives the brutal tag game in Squid Game Season 3. So stay until the end to see if your favorite player is one of them. I don't know if you saw my last video, but here's a quick recap so you have all the context you need. The starting point of this video is the theory that the tag game shown in the teaser is the fourth game. Based on the number of players we see, it matches the number of players remaining near the end of Season 2. And if we assume that the tag game is indeed the fourth game, then the game featuring the two dolls is probably the fifth one. Based on that, we can assume that players 96, 100, and 353 survive the tag game. I know. You hate it, but you'll have to endure player 100 for at least 2 more games. Moving on, inspired by a Reddit post from Alternative Fix and Alyssa A, which includes a screenshot of the frontman from the teaser, I decided to analyze the player tile board myself to see who's still alive. I believe this shot is taken after the 4th game, right before the 5th game starts. To figure out which players are still alive, we're going to look for a specific tile formation. 3 player tiles side by side, 1 tile missing in front of them, and then a lit up tile right after that. That's the base pattern we're using. Since the front man is looking at the screen in the teaser, we'll focus on the section to his left. After rewatching the show, this is the last time we can clearly see the player tile board. This screenshot is from the Mingle game, probably just before the final round. The shape we're looking for is on the left of the front man, which means from our view, it's on the right side of the screen. At that point in the episode, nothing really matches the shape we're looking for. But the teaser image is from later in the story, which means a lot more players have died by then. The only part of the tile board that matches the teaser is this section right here, indicating that player 308 has died. That makes the tile formation align perfectly with what we saw in the teaser. Here's a screenshot where you can clearly see all the player numbers. This is the section shown in the teaser, so we know player 308 didn't survive. But starting from the left, we can see that players 333, 359, and 334 are still alive. The tile above them belongs to player 260, and if you look closely at the teaser screenshot, you'll see another lit up tile 4 spaces away from player 333. We actually get confirmation that this player is still alive during the Mingle game screenshot, and that player is 418. Unfortunately, we can't tell who's on the tile to the right of the front man. There's no clear view or visible number. Now for the next part, we get confirmation that 3 important side characters survived the tag game. First up is Jomja, though, to be honest, she probably wishes she didn't. There's a shot of her crying her heart out, and it's likely because her son died during the game. But we know she survives the 4th game because her hair is untied. If you remember from Season 2, she always wears her hair tied up, hiding a knife in her hairpin. In this shot, her hair is down, which likely means she used her hidden knife to survive the tag game. Also, before the tag game starts, we can see Jomja with her hair still tied up using the hairpin. That's why I strongly believe the scene where she's crying happens after the tag game, confirming she survived. Next, we have another fan favorite, and trust me, if she dies, the entire fandom will revolt. Yes, I'm talking about Junhi. The confirmation we get isn't just because she's pregnant, but because of the final sequence in the teaser where we see her crying. In that scene, Junhi is no longer wearing her player jacket, which leads me to believe this moment takes place after the tag game. When the tag game begins, she's clearly still wearing the jacket, but in the crying scene, she's only in her undershirt. I don't think this is happening during the game either, based on the background. The tag game takes place in a maze-themed playground, and there's nothing in that setting that resembles the light orange wall we see behind her in the teaser. The different background, along with the missing jacket, is solid confirmation that she survives the 4th game. I also believe player 333 will survive, although we don't have a solid confirmation as we do for the others. The biggest clue is the blood and guilt on his face, suggesting that he killed a blue player in order to survive and move on to the next round. Now, the last confirmed player to survive the tag game is none other than
my little boy Minsu.
The confirmation comes from an Instagram post by Netflix, which features a photo of Minsu wearing a blue badge. At the end of Season 2, we know Minsu voted to leave the game. When I first saw this new photo, I thought maybe he changed his vote to an O, maybe out of fear of Namgyu, or just to avoid becoming a target. But after rewatching the teaser, we can actually spot Minsu among the red team players, and if we zoom in, we can clearly see he's wearing a red badge, meaning he did not change his vote the next morning. So how do we explain the blue badge in the Instagram photo? Simple, he survived the tag game, and in the next voting round, he voted to continue the game. And finally, while we don't have visual confirmation, we can safely speculate that Gi-hun survives as well. But come on, he's the main character. It would be more surprising if he didn't make it to the final round again. So if all this is true, Netflix may have just shown us who lives and who doesn't in the next round of Squid Game. What do you think? Is this a legit leak or just clever misdirection? Let me know in the comments, and if you're as obsessed as I am, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.